Hello guys and welcome to week 4 of the Simple Football Show. And yes guys, we are back with a little bit of a different setup. I feel like it's all match of the day or green stream, you know how it is. Got a different setup guys, it's going to be hopefully the permanent setup until we get into the radio studios. So it's all nice, all chilled and relaxed. But yes guys, today I'm going to be bringing you all the fixtures over the weekend, over Saturday and Sunday, all of the EPL for you guys. Talk about a little bit how they played, the scoreline, predictions, stuff like that, seeing how they're performing so far in week 4 of the EFL. You know what it is, let's start the flipping show. So yes guys, we started with Southampton versus Manchester United, which the scoreline was 1-1 and oh my god, like Southampton, fair play to you, you know. Overall, the game, we got James started off with a cracking goal, really good goal. So far, Daniel James has been doing a crazy amount of good stuff for Manchester United. I didn't actually expect it once he came from Swansea, I really didn't. But to me, he's their star man at the minute. He's cracking the goals in, he's getting forward, he's getting pace. But at the minute, overall, Manchester United are looking like a team that they want to be. You know, Ole so whatever his name is, the United manager anyway. He said his team had a lot of chances, but they just didn't finish them. But I looked at it and I thought, hold on a minute, I don't think you created that many chances really. I think if you look at the whole of it, Southampton probably did play better and got better chances, and I think the scoreline 1-1 kind of was an equal match, but I feel like Southampton could have gone up, you know what I mean? And it was an amazing performance from Vestergaard. It really was a beautiful goal, sending his centre back and really performing this weekend, man of the match for me. He was solid, he was getting them tackles, and he closed United down in so many chances. But you look at a lot of United chances, they were shooting from outside the box rather than in, and I thought, you know what, you're not really creating that many chances. So for me, you know, United are a long way to go, and it's going to take about 2 years before they want to get back to where they want to be. Southampton on the other hand, brilliant game, really good performance, and like I've said, they're going to be hurting the teams that don't want to be early season, so it's going to be good. Then we go on to the second game that was played, and that was Chelsea versus Sheffield United. And again, another draw in the EPL. It was 2-2, and again, Chelsea started off dominating play. Abraham again on the score sheet once again, he's banging another 2 goals like he did against Norwich, but this time against Sheffield United. And what a way, beautiful goals, hold up play, getting the ball and shooting. Van Lampard put his trust in him and he's doing the work. Like I said, Chelsea from the start was good, they were getting goals, they were looking forward, they were looking like a threat. But going to the second half of the game, they just kind of crumbled, and Sheffield United really got back into the game, they really did. From the straight off from the start, you know, Robinson, the manager must have got a really good formation on the second half, because Robinson flipping left back right down the wing, Robinson there just to tap it in, just easy tapping, a sweaty goal, but it was an easy goal honestly to score. But really good play from Sheffield United, and this is what they can do. A championship side coming to the Premier League, doing what they're doing, they're forming into a brilliant Premier League club, they really are. And Zuma, own goal right at the last minute, but it was coming because Sheffield was, you know, they were just pressing and powering Chelsea, they really were. Like I said, once Chelsea got them 2 goals, they just sat back, they thought job's done, but no it wasn't, and they just couldn't do anything. Sheffield put on the power, and respect to Sheffield, you had a great flipping job and you did a really good, you did really well, you know, big shout out to you. But like I said, Chelsea again, they're going to be struggling for results this season, but I think Van Lampard just needs that time, you know, to get the players what he wants. He's starting the transfer window, just saw his time out, you know. Chelsea have ahead of him again, which I don't think they will do, but if they do, they're going to be really on a struggling forward, they really will. But if they just let Van Lampard have a couple of seasons, get his foot in, get his bearings, they'll be alright, they really will. Sheffield United on the other hand, like I said, I think they're going to stay up. I just think they've got too much talent, they've got too much determination to stay up, and that's what I think they will. They've been brilliant at the minute. Then we go on to Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa. That was a really good game, and a lot of VAR decisions that are a little bit all over the place. We saw this weekend that the VAR not really been at its best, not really been used for what it is, you know. But anyway, we got into the game. Crystal Palace won, Aston Villa 1-0. To be fair, I think if you look at that whole game as well, I think Crystal Palace did play better. The scoreline should have been 1-0 personally, but Crystal Palace did play better. You know, I feel like Crystal Palace coming to their own from the win against United into this game. Jordan Ayew, beautiful goal. Once again, it's on the score sheet. I just think the whole team is playing well. You know, yes, they have a few errors sometimes at the back, but overall, they look a good team. And, you know, at the minute, they're 4th in the league. They're not doing too bad. Aston Villa, on the other hand, again, I feel like it was a bit hard done to, because, you know, in the last minute, they did score the goal. It was VAR, you know, the ref gave it for a free kick the other way. But if you look at VAR, you know, it was clearly a goal, you know. I've got the duty foul down, but the duty foul down anyway. And the captain, it wasn't even a VAR. Your VAR should have overruled the referee, and it should have standard the goal. So I feel sorry for them, because points like this are important, especially when Aston Villa, you know, for me, they look the most struggling club who have came up promoted from the Championship personally. You know, you got Norwich, Sheffield, and Aston Villa. You know, Sheffield looks the same. They look good. They look strong. You know, Norwich look a bit stronger as well, but Aston Villa are struggling. They're not getting the points it was, and they've not played a lot of big teams yet. So for me, I feel like that would have been a really good point for them to get. So we'll just have to see. But VAR, I feel at the minute, it's not really. You know, we saw last week with Manchester United. We saw again with this one. If VAR's in play, why are we not using it? We're just using it for, you know, offsides that are just fractions off. But we're not using it for penalty decisions or other decisions. I just feel like VAR, you know, we bought it in to be used, but it's not really getting used in the right way at the minute. You know what I mean? Then we go on to Leicester versus Bournemouth, and what a flipping start to the season Leicester are having. Unbeaten in 4 games, 2 draws, 2 wins. They won Bournemouth 3-1. And we know Bournemouth's a tough side, you know, but Leicester, what a flipping performance once again. They had the ball, they was controlling, they were going forward, they're having attacks. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant play, honestly. Vardy again, what can I say? He's back to his best. He's back to that winning season with Leicester. Honestly, he's just phenomenal. A cracking goal in the 12th minute, really good over. I mean, we saw it against Liverpool when he played against him, but brilliant goal, honestly, for Vardy. And, you know, Talisman's as well, really good goal. I know Wilson did equalise pretty much straight after Vardy scored. You know, he actually played really good in the game, really did. But Vardy was just all over that team. I think Leicester in the whole just played good. Defensively, they were playing good. Going forward, they were playing good. So I gotta give it to Leicester. You played a really good game. You deserved the 3 points. And unlucky for Bournemouth, you know, I just feel like they weren't on the full cylinders. Yes, I feel like Wilson could he have got a penalty? He could have, but that wasn't that big of a decision for me. I feel like it might have just gone down a little bit too easy for me. But like I said, I made a big bold claim, and I'm going to say I think Leicester will get top 4. Well, I can say definitely top 6, maybe top 4. I know it's early days, but the way they're performing, the way they're playing, you know, there's a lot of teams out there not performing, you know, United, Chelsea, Spurs, but I just feel like at the minute, Leicester are proving something other teams are not. So for me, Leicester could get that top 4. Bournemouth, brilliant play, and like I said, I think they're going to cause upsets throughout the Premier League as well. Then we go on to my really not favourite club, Manchester City versus Brighton. City absolutely obliterated the game. They could have gone 5-6-0, really, they really could, against Brighton. Brighton probably could have nicked 1 or 2 goals, they didn't though. But yeah, Man City, Manchester City, they just did what they do usually, you know, score goals, go and attacking forward. You know what I mean? It's just a match of who's going to score more goals, you know what I mean? Out of the players, you know, De Bruyne, a beautiful goal. You know, he was setting up the play. David Silva, man of the match for me. He was setting up play, he was setting up assists. Really good play from him. Aguero banging in 2 goals. He doesn't usually miss, does he? You know what I mean? He's scary when he shoots. He's scary. One of the best strikers in the Premier League and in Europe, to be honest. A phenomenal striker, really is. And the scores just go, it just proves the goals he gets. You know, Bernardo Silva on the score as well. He came on, pretty much scored, you know, cracking goal. But overall, you know, Brighton just struggled a bit. You know, I said Brighton's been playing good this season. They have been playing good. They've been getting chances, but, you know, when you're against the, you know, last year's winners, you know what I mean? It is going to be hard. You know, I don't think Brighton can take anything negative. Oh, well, you can. You know, I don't think this should go too negative in that game, because I think the way they played, you know, against, you know, they was trying to play a bit deftly, a bit dangerous, trying to go attack it. And you know, they had a few chances when they were going in. It just didn't come off for them, you know. Maybe that's just a little bit of quality Manchester City compared to Brighton paid off. But you know, you know, Brighton's going to get a few results this season, so they shouldn't have nothing to worry about. And like I said, Man City, they're going to be fine for top 2. It's pretty obvious, you know. So we don't know that, but it's true. There we go on to Newcastle versus Watford. And this was obviously a big game, because obviously both of the teams are struggling this season. Obviously Newcastle did come out with a win against Spurs last week, so they were proper happy. But on Watford's side, 3 losses in 3 games, so this was a game they had to try and win. But it starts off really good for Watford. What a goal from him, right at the back post. You know, we saw him a really good chance like that last week, but this week he got the goal and it was on the top 4. But before you know it, Newcastle were pressing. Watford should have gone about 2-0 up before, you know, Newcastle saw their attacking powers. But then Scar, you know, I think how you say that, scored a beautiful goal in the 41th minute. And it was 1-0, and pretty much since then it was a bit of back and forth. be honest, Newcastle probably played the better team in the second half. I feel like they had a lot of chances. They was going forward, they was creating them, and they were just a little bit unlucky at times not to get that extra goal. But you know, 1-1 good result probably for Watford after what they've been going through, and they probably think they could have deserved the win. But then again, Newcastle could as well. So that was a game that it's a miss, you know. But I still think them two are probably still my favourites to go down this season. I don't think either of them show enough potential. Yes, I know they're going to get some good results here and there, but I don't know if they're going to do enough. And I think the first 3 games, you know, and 4 games have kind of shown this, do you know what I mean? So that's going to be interesting what happens with them two teams. We'll see as the season goes on. Then we had West Ham versus Norwich, and maybe this was a little bit of shock to me. Maybe just because how good a form Norwich have been in, the results have been getting. They've been playing quite good, and the man Pucky, you know, was a little bit quiet this game. So West Ham won 2-0 against Norwich, and West Ham were home. Haller again on the score sheet. Cracking goal, I've got to be honest, from West Ham. And Linko, I think, scored. So, you know, there was a really strong team. And this the West Ham that I thought I was going to be seeing a couple of years ago when they, you know, they got the new owners in, they got the new stadium, they all got all this stuff together. This is the West Ham you want to see, do you know what I mean? West Ham were good, they were powerful, they created chances, and I got to give it to them. West Ham, throughout the whole game, pretty much didn't let Norwich have much of a shot, you know what I mean? You know, they could have got 4 or 5-0 up, and I'm surprised they didn't. They were very unlucky, you know, but I've got to give it to the Norwich keeper. He was on top forward. Tim Krul was really good that game. You know, game deflections out, blocking shots, top notch to him. It could have been 4 or 5-0 to West Ham after that game. So big shout out to the Norwich keeper. But Norwich going forward didn't really do a lot. You know, they had 2 here, 3, you know, a few chances here and there. But you know, they were winning on 4 and 5 in cylinders. I feel like the first 3 games have been boring for them. Do you know what I mean? And this game was just a little bit of a tired rest type of thing. You know what I mean? They just didn't really perform the way you think Norwich was going to. You know, especially with the Pucky on form. You know, and Cornbridge as well. You know, so you know, for them it wasn't really a result to look really bad on. I think they played the best they could, but they just didn't perform from it. West Ham on the other hand, a brilliant result for them, and I think they needed it, and I think this might kick off their season off to a good one. So, you know, it's going to be interesting with them. And then we go on to the boys, Liverpool. Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool. Yes, my boy, my team again. Liverpool first, Burnley. We won 3-0. And I was saying last week I was a little bit scared about this game because you never know what's going to happen when you're at Turf Moor. It's a tough stadium to come to. It is. They're a good, you know, Burnley have a good time. They can beat any team if they want to on their day. On a good day, they can beat any Premier League team if the luck goes their way. Do you know what I mean? Other teams on their form, but they didn't today, and I'm buzzing because Liverpool played phenomenally. Pretty much out the same time, team as we did last week. You know, Adrian in goals. You know, Alexander-Arnold. You know it. You know it. You know it. Brilliant result for him. It started off really well. You know, Liverpool were attacking. It was an own goal by Wood, but I've got to be honest, Alexander-Arnold, I'm so good for him because he wanted to claim himself. But at the end of the day, I don't think you're really going to care. You just won the goal. Do you know what I mean? And it was a beautiful cross. Well, into goal, wasn't it? Really, it was meant to be a cross, but it was a goal. So it doesn't really matter either way. I loved Klopp's reaction at the end of the game. That was really funny. It was like, I was like, what a G, man, what a G. But then Mane, honestly, on the score sheet, beautiful. Again, a little nice 1-2. You know, Firmino, like I said, Firmino is the key to the front 3 opening up, and I've said it for years and years. Firmino is a quality player, you know what I mean? Yes, he goes quiet sometimes, but for majority of it, he's the one who gets Salah and Mane in the position to score them goals, and that's what he's done again. He's been the talisman, he's been the key man in this game as well. He opened up Mane and he was there. Slots it in, what a goal, 2-0. Pretty much when it's 2-0, Burnley aren't going to get back in it. You know, even the manager of Burnley, they even admitted, we should get 2-0 to Liverpool. You know, we're probably one of the best teams in Europe. Well, we were Europe champions, you know what I mean? And so, you know, you just gotta give it to us, you know what I mean? Let's go. I remember when we were getting beat by Burnley, stuff like that a few years ago. But yeah, so beautiful goal. And then obviously, Firmino, I think he really well deserved. Salah just hold it back a bit. Firmino slots it in, let's go. You know what I mean? A beautiful result for Liverpool, 3-0. I was proper happy about that. We played well. We showed determination. The only bit we didn't like about it was obviously when Marnie came off substitution. He was pop hungry, and I've got to back him up this time. I do think, as times I've said it last season, Salah sometimes needs to pass a bit more. I've noticed him more when Marnie and Firmino have scored. I know he wants to get on the score sheet each game, but I saw a little interview with him saying, I'm not bothered about getting goal debut as long if Liverpool can win the Premier League and not goal debut, he's happy. But to do that, you've got to pass to your teammates, and this is why I really hope he realises that yes, you got to score goals, but at times you've got to pass it. We could be in a final of something. If you shot and you missed, you could have passed it and scored. You know what I mean? Yes, Mane might get more goals than you this season, but you're still going to be an amazing player if you pass it to him. You're still getting assists, you know what I mean? So I just hope they, sort it out. They seem happy. Klopp said everyone was happy in the dressing room. I just hope Salah doesn't, keep doing that and actually pass a little bit more. We know he's an Italian player. We know he can score goals, but Mane can as well. And at the end of the day, Mane and Salah for me are just as good at each other, not one better at each other. And it's all that Firmino in the middle creating them 2 chances for him. And that's what it's all about. So I just hope that but yeah, beautiful result from my team. Let's go. I was buzzing, you know how it is. So brilliant result. But for Burnley, they'll bounce back. I think the next game they'll come back stronger. When you're against Liverpool, it's going to be hard, you know what I mean? Then we had that was all Saturday fixtures. So really good a game of football. Really was really good talent, really good results. I really enjoyed actually Saturday football as well. Then we had Sunday. We only had 2 games this Sunday. We had Everton versus Wolves, and that was a cracking game, honestly. Really good game. And I gotta be honest, I feel like Everton are slowly getting into their rhythm now. Like I've been saying, if they started their players that they got from the signings a couple of games ago, they would have been like this now. They won 3-2 against Wolves, but then I've got to give it to Wolves as well, but we'll go into that later. So Richarlison, what a goal. 5 and 80th minute he scored, really good goals. And obviously Iwobi, like I've said, that was a cracking signing of Iwobi from Arsenal, really was. It was actually a cheap deal to actually get as well. He's a phenomenal player. Arsenal, he was one of Arsenal's best players last season, and for him to be at Everton is brilliant, and this is his first home debut for him. So for me, they were just waiting for that, Keane, Iwobi and Delph to actually play in that team, and Delph played an amazing game. Honestly, he was really well defensive, he was game forward, he was creating passes, he played really well. And for me, Everton looked like a solid top 10 side the way they performed. On the other hand, Wolves, like I've said, I think they're going to be, they're in Europe this season, they've been winning the games, trying to get into Europa League, stuff like that. And again, they're a really good side, and they've got a lot coming this season, and I know they have. But I feel like this game was a game too far for them. They still got on the saucer. Saïs and Jimenez scored. So it was only 3-2. Weren't too bad. For saying Everton was fully fit, had the other players. I feel like Wolves played a bit too many games. You know what I mean? They've already played like 10 games this season already. Compared to 4 people, you know what I mean? So for them, it was a tough fixture for them, Wolves. I've got to be honest. I feel like it was just a little bit game too many, but even for them to get 2 goals, I respect that. And I take my hat off to them. They're going to have a cracking season this season, and their fans should properly enjoy it, because what Wolves are going through is incredible from what they did last season. So I feel like this game, I feel like the international breaks came at the right time for them. So for them, it was just a breather, have a bit of a break, come back stronger. And Everton, on the other hand, yeah, I think this is where they realise going forward they have a strong enough team to do things, you know what I mean? On another day, I think Wolves probably would have won, but really well played from Everton to win 3-2. Then we had the last game of the weekend, which was the flipping London derby, Arsenal versus Tottenham, and what a game it was. Honestly, it could have been VAR decisions left, right and centre, but it was a phenomenal game. It started with we're back after it. I've run out of data, I swear. If there's no camera going flat, it's running out of flipping data. Anyway, so the Merseyside derby, guys, Arsenal versus Tottenham. Yes, it started pretty much with Spurs dominating the game. It really did in the first half. It really did. Arsenal were creating a few chances, but it wasn't. It started with a beautiful goal by Everton. Arsenal just got caught out. Spurs was playing 3 up. You saw Pochettino pushing it arm up. There was 3 running down straight away all the time. Arsenal couldn't do much about it. And it came penalty in the 40th minute. Again, he scored the most goal in the Merseyside. Not I said Merseyside then, in the London derby. For me, Spurs just started really strong. And then second half, it kind of just all changed. Arsenal kind of got into their own spirit, into their own form, and a beautiful goal. Well, it was just before the end of the half. Like I said, beautiful goal, 45+1 minute. Nice quick feet into the goal, what a goal. And in the second half, Aubameyang, he doesn't usually not score any games, do you know what I mean? A world-class striker, and a 2-all result. It weren't too bad for I keep saying Merseyside flipping derby, a London derby. It weren't too bad, 2-all for them, came out for both teams. They played really well. They make it entertaining, and to watch that game, it actually wasn't entertaining back and forward. So the fans had a really good game to watch. But I feel like overall, a lot of people saying, oh, Arsenal played really well. I probably think Spurs probably played better overall, because if you look at the chances, Spurs still had chances in the second half. They just didn't take them. They could have been 3-4, off, but they just didn't take them. But I think when we need to look at Arsenal point of view, they've got players who can actually do things. Defensively, they struggle still. I still think Spurs do. Arsenal, Spurs, they kind of struggle in defence compared to your Cities and Liverpool. They've not really got a strong enough back. Teams can get over them easily and stuff like that. but you know, I forgot his name, but the dude who looks like David Luiz with the Afro dude, I forgot his name, will come to me one day. A beautiful pass to Aubameyang, a really good goal, and that's what they need. They need a player like that. They need someone in the middle looking for passes, and like I've said, each year Arsenal are improving. The back four never really improves, but going forward, they're improving. They've got a good attack, they've got a good midfield. They just need to sort out what they want to play in midfield and who's going to play that. I think that's what the manager at Umay needs to decide what he wants to do. On Pochettino's point of view, they just need to try and grind out results. You know, they're dropping a lot of points by getting goals early on. They can score goals, it just then they lay it off and they just switch off sometimes. And we saw last game against Newcastle, it's not enough energy going on defensively, or when they've lost the ball. They need that little pace a bit more. So, you know, so if they do that, they can do it a lot better and try and get into that top four. But at the minute, I can't even put Arsenal or Spurs in the top four because I don't think they're going to do it. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, like I said. But yes, guys, that is the end of the simple. I'm losing all my words today. But yes, guys, that is the end of the Simple Football Show. Really hope you've enjoyed week 4 of it. I will be back next Monday, guys. No, I won't, because it's international break. So you're not all gonna be back that week. I won't be back with a new Simple Football Show until 2 weeks time, guys. And for week 5 of the EPL, it's gonna be good, guys. It's gonna be awesome as always. I've got a load of reaction videos coming, so stay tuned for that. Feel free to follow me on TikTok, Twitch, you name it, guys. I'm all on there as well, guys. And I will be presenting you another show very soon, guys. So stay tuned, keep supporting your teams in a better place.